All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of the Infinite Ability Podcast. I have a very cool guest today. His name is Kazi Haque, and he is just an incredible 10x business coach. And I'm so happy that he's here on the show today. So, Kazi, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Glad to be here, Nick. Thank you so much for the opportunity here. And finally, we meet virtually, though, and it's great to be here. My name is Kazi Haque. I am a senior project manager. I'm also an engineer by trade. I'm a CEO of Unique for Diamonds Real Estate Incorporated, and I'm also a 10X certified business coach. So it has been quite a journey for me. I'm still 10x way of my lifestyle that I'm also leading, and in the 7 different areas of my life. My vision is 10x super life and applying to 7 areas of my life. I'm super excited to be here.
That's awesome. You're doing a lot. So, can you tell us about how you got started into real estate?
Of course, real estate, when I was a kid, I always fascinating with looking at the real estate around me. It's like someday I'm going to own the real estate. I'm going to manage the real estate. So that was a dream, probably inherited with me. But life goes on, and I became an engineer. And during the course of my engineering career, I had an opportunity to work building related design, which is obviously attached to the real estate, real property.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked there a number of years as a design engineering. So, and from there, almost a decade and a half now, in the construction project management. So all related to building, all related to facilities design. So anything to do with the real estate, I jokingly sometimes say that I almost live and breathe and it smells, in a construction. So
Yeah.
the natural trend is that that is kind of my background where I came from, and it pivoted to me to look into a different perspective that as an investor. Now that mindset was not there for me. Yeah, you could be living and breathing in the real estate, doing many things, but not necessarily you have the mindset that you need to create. And this is where nowadays, or not nowadays, but all those years, the people who are very successful, they're always talks about very first thing before you do anything, always focus on your mindset first. Figure out
Yeah.
what's your goal, what's your target, what you want to do, and clear your mindset,
Mhm.
self-limiting belief. And I had the realization that I have been in that space for so long, looking around me, say, how come other people are so successful, even though they didn't come from the real estate background the way that I came from, and it really boggles my mind. So 5 years ago, I took an action, even though before that, I wouldn't say that I was procrastinating. I was just being a process-driven engineering construction project management. We go through the flow and the process and all that, which is needed. And you need to educate yourself, and you need to make sure that you have everybody around you, kind of the space that you need to hang around with the people so that you can learn from them, the positive spirited people. So I think um, the coaching part, I wish I had a coach a long time ago. The coach would have given me the lift, but not to say I learned in a hard way. But nevertheless, that there was a pivotal moment happened 5 years ago. I will talk more about it. That resulted into now I'm really looking into very successful business in the real estate world.
That's awesome. And yeah, I agree. Like my mindset is everything. And as a coach, that's the first thing that I work on with my clients is shifting their mindset to a more growth and positive mindset. So then Once you do that, then as a coach, you can coach them a lot better because they understand things more and look at things in a different light. So that's extremely important. And then I want to touch on something else you said is you wish that you would have had a coach a long time ago. And I feel you. Like I feel the same way. I wish I had a coach, 10 years ago, but I didn't. I didn't have a coach until a little over a year ago, and that's what changed everything for me. It's just having that coach to guide me and help me reach my goals. It's just you can't put a price on that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, and finding the coach, uh, you really need to also finding the right coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
The right type of personality, right motivation. I think myself as a sponge. I want to learn more. And
Mm-hmm.
if the mindset is that we learn as well, that if we are ourselves not coachable, then it's going to be very difficult for any coach to come in and you'll be listening to those guidance, right? So
Yep.
the coachable is so important, and inherently, many of our business coaches or different type of coaches as well, uh, they do have the mindset to be coachable. That's why they are inspired to do what they are doing. They're successful, and they are delivering their same aim or the goals and helping their clients doing the same way. But we need to figure out first, am I coachable? So you have to self-identify. That's kind of what I've done, a realization on myself that what are the things that my transferable skills that I have? What are the things I'm lacking?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I have a self-limiting belief? I'm very successful in it many ways. But at the same time, I needed the community as well. In addition to the coach, uh, I needed to have the positive spirited community. They're going to be always inspiring. And you're also, I believe, you're not just simply taking and taking from the community. Our role is also to make sure that we also give back to the community,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's a 10X community or other community we belong to. We are all kind of helping each other. And that's why I believe in if I had an opportunity, I could have fast tracked it, my career even faster on real estate and other areas. If I had the right coach and if I had the right community, and I should add that if you have the right social media presence, which is
Yep.
kind of I was very shy away for so many years, didn't feel comfortable. And those are the areas that's so supportive, and of course, uh, without your family support at the end, together, you become very successful at what you want to do as a 10x super life, the way that we like to see it defined as Grant defined it. Just look into your 7 areas,
Mm-hmm.
which are your family, your business, your health, your spiritual, your financial, your community, and your recreation. So
Mm-hmm.
apply that and live life like abundance on this. And that's kind of the mindset. Definitely, it's a big thing right now that I continuously, consistently following the rule is helping me, the 10x rule, which is the 10x target I set already, consistently 10x level of effort, consistently applying to be disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
The result is expected to be 10x level result. So I know that I sidetracked from the pivotal moment that where I took a pause and then we ended up talking about the coaching side of it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you allow me, I can go back that what sparked me to actually taking the action on the real estate side, and then I build my portfolio. If you allow me, I can also speak.
Yeah, we would love to know what sparked all of that.
Okay,
Please go ahead.
sure. Thank you. Yes. So again, it was not procrastination when I finally decided that I read a lot, I listened to a lot of gurus about real estate investing. I was a process-driven individual looking at all the numbers to make sure it makes sense. You needed that education, there's no doubt. And also, one more thing I should add, education was also playing the big. I invested myself enormous amount of time and sacrifice and the money
Mm-hmm.
to be so that I am a thought leader within my industry, basically. So yes, you have to invest yourself. That's
Mm-hmm.
now that's so important. That's what I did actually. But in terms of implementing it, just like we become 10x certified business coach, but if you don't coach somebody, it's okay, you learn all that, but you got to deliver now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So uh, sometime it would be a spark of some word that you're listening to a coach going to spark you or change the day, the following day, right?
Yeah.
For me on the real estate journey, um, I said I'm going to be taking that action, yes, next year, maybe 6 months down the road, maybe if my family situation change, maybe if the market changes.
Mm-hmm.
No, none of this is going to change. It's always going to be change, change, change. You have to make sure the change is only part of the constant. So what do you have to do? So I end up going to Walmart one day, 5 years ago. I walked in just like, my wife gave me a list. These are the things, when you come in, make sure you
Yeah.
come in, bring it. I said, okay, no problem. And I usually stop by because I'm very much vivid reader of a lot of books and everything. I love reading lots of stuff
Mm-hmm.
for professional development, my own kind of my engineering side, project management, real estate, and all that. There is a magazine. It was glaring at me. I was just walking by, and it says this is the Canadian Real Estate Wealth Magazine, which is the Canada's #1 real estate investment magazine, saying property forecast of 2019. I still have the photocopy of that. I left it. The magazine is still with me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's in the back of that. There was an ad by a company in Canada saying, think you need a big buck to buy an investment property? Big question mark. And it's a big bold letter saying, think again.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, what are you guys talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It's saying that it's secure monthly income, professionally managed, and you own the property for as little as dollar. There's a dollar down.
Yeah.
Yep, that's really all it is. I said, holy smoke, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
You see that? Just that the one ad was glaring at me. And of course, I had to call to verify this. Within a few days after that, I had to call the company to make sure that's legit, make sure all
Mm-hmm.
that. And I made the call. I said, yep, that's my day. I am stepping in the real estate. So this is exactly what I'm saying, that sometimes you need a spark, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, and that was my first turnkey condominium project that I purchased. And that resulted in I grew my portfolio in Canada, which is I buy a single family home and I legally converted that to become duplexes, and then I buy and hold. And then from there, I grew a portfolio in here. I'm not a big, big, big shot guy yet, in terms of the real estate world. But I think that the what I've done so far, I'm very blessed in terms of what I was able to put in. And then I moved into U.S. market, you know, with the Orlando market as a short term, medium term. Now I'm super excited that I'm in the journey of we are closing with a partnership 136 unit Tampa, Florida opportunity. So that's kind of my journey in 5 years where I started, was the mindset spark and where I am today. And only 10x level, I'm thinking next 3 to 5 years or even beyond. I can see that that's just the doors are the numbers, basically.
Yep.
So that's kind of my journey. I thought your audience will get some inspirations for. I know that some of your audience could be very well-known real estate investors. I came from the very little background in the real estate, but what I've done so far, I'm much blessed at what I've done, and I have a long, ambitious plan that where I'm going to go, 10x level of thinking I'm doing, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
part of the GCG Grant Cardone's real estate community. That also helps me to inspire, learn from the gurus about this, right? And he is really a champion when it comes to this multifamily. And also he's a champion of ours. He's a mentor, 10X business coach. So it really inspires me every day what we're doing.
That's amazing, and your story is so inspiring because it shows like just 5 years ago, in the past 5 years, now you own multiple multifamily properties, and you're just about to close on a good sized apartment. Like that's awesome. So
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you. Yes, the multifamily space, this is my biggest one, very first deal, the biggest one.
Yep.
But on the duplex level, yes, I did quite a few on that. So that's the journey that where we started. One spark of a moment, one day that changed. And then I consistently, persistently stayed on for 5 years, sacrificed a whole lot, learning different strategies. Okay, from the single family, from the condominium to house to the medium short term to the apartment. My ultimate goal is to be a builder, basically
Hmm.
buy land and develop the land or build construction wise. That's kind of my future, what I'm looking at.
So what would be your number one tip for someone who wants to get into real estate?
Number one tip is you need to find a really effective, good coach who has gone through the journey.
Mm-hmm.
You want to pick a coach that they have gone through from zero to here,
Mm-hmm.
learn different strategies, and so that they can show you the path that how if I can do it, you can do it, anybody else can do it, basically.
Yeah.
But you have to have a work ethic, you have to have a mindset, and you have to set the target where you want to go. You may not know all these strategy from day one. You're
Mm-hmm.
going to start there. And I didn't know that someday I'm going to be investing in a multifamily when I started. Yes, that was a dream that someday could happen. But now I'm so focused that, yeah, it's just a matter of numbers now. Yeah. And eventually I'm going to be in the real estate development world and all that. So the confidence level that I built over and over and over again, as a result of my persistence, I have to be persistent for my effort first because I
Mm-hmm.
set the target, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm continuously going one step at a time, and
Yeah.
then I'm leveraging the power of the community,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm educating myself every day. And believe me or not, it's been a little over a year and a half ever since I get to know Grant Cardone's team and Grant Cardone's supportive team and the
Mm-hmm.
community like us at the 10X certified business coaches, including yourself and our fellow friends here within the 10X community business coaches side. Every one of us, we're inspiring every day. That's why I look upon you guys. You look upon us.
Mm-hmm.
This is what the 10X is doing it for us. This
Yeah.
is exactly what the 10X, when people say that, what is the transformation? That's exactly what I say that I look at it every day, 10X, right? Just like you have a background 10X, your t-shirt and all that, your
Mm-hmm.
polo shirt is 10X life. I kind of do the same thing. I have like this, you have the band just like you.
Yeah.
I always get inspired like 10X was the way to go. And that's what it is. But the motivation has to be there and be disciplined.
Oh yeah, discipline is key.
It
That's what
is.
I've learned. I have to be very very disciplined. And
Sure.
another thing that I've learned and I love to talk about is like, so we like to set our goals massive, like have big goals, and you don't know how to get there, right? But if your why is strong enough, the how will reveal itself. So just make sure you're clear on why you want that goal, and then just trust the process, and the how you're gonna get there will work out and reveal itself.
Yep. Just like Grant says, just do
Hmm.
it, figure it out later.
Yep.
Like just figure it happens. Once you put so much into it, you aim to get where you want to go. You are persistently applied to it. Slowly but surely, you will
Hmm.
get there, but you can't just quit in the middle. You
Yep.
got to keep going. Automatically, there's so many different areas where the support will come in, but you need to be persistent first on that, right?
Yep, exactly. And when things get tough, that's when you know that you gotta keep pushing. Because
Absolutely.
most people quit at that point. But that's why most businesses fail.
And that's what Grant's 10x rule that I so much envy what he did and inspired every simple formula, right? 10x level of your 10x target you set,
Yep.
10x level of consistent effort you're putting in, the result will be 10x level. So
Yep.
now it's a tough time. We may not get a 10x, but because we set the goal 10x, sure, we may not be reaching at the 10x, but initial goal is if you such a this bar here and I got a 10x level, I will land in here
Yep.
no matter what. Not only that I'm going to meet here, I'm going to go beyond that. So this is all about the 10x kind of buffer, I call it, because
Mm-hmm.
any of those situations that's going to kind of drag you down or kind of you feel frustrated is compensated by the 10x level of mindset. And
Yep.
that's what I love. The formula is so simple, but it has so much good meaning to it.
It does. It totally does. I love this community. It changed my life. It changed all of our lives. We're all better because of it. So yeah,
Absolutely.
it's so
Absolutely, sir.
awesome. So, what does my slogan, "Your abilities are infinite," mean to you?
I love it. What you did is it's exactly that your abilities that keep like I call it like similar analogy, only sky's the limit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's definitely
exactly.
infinite, right? Your abilities are infinite. Your ability will grow as you are going. There is
Mm-hmm.
no limitation. I may have a limitation of certain things, but I could always compensate it with something, learn that skill, hone into that skill set, right? And I always believe in right now that it's just the only sky's the limit. Just take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
You aim for it. And yes, that will be a difficult time. Life is not about a straight line. It's always going to be up and down, up and down. But
Mm-hmm.
if you have a long shot aim and you work towards it, uh, only sky's the limit, just like your slogan. I love that. You have Nick, your last name, your herd, and then your
Yeah.
abilities are infinite. You have an infinite level of abilities you can expand on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just mind-boggling that the way that you actually envision, and I like that your design because you got a heart as an
Mm-hmm.
engineer. I can figure out kind of more creative way that what you've done.
Yeah.
It's also the infinity, right? You're looking at that. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's amazing that I think that I love the logo. It's a great and obviously that you thought about it.
Oh yeah. I did the heart because my last name, your
Sure,
heart. So
your
and
heart, right?
and heart. So
Right.
that's where I got the heart, and it's because I care about everybody that I help.
Yep,
I genuinely
absolutely.
love my clients. I love my community. So it's just, it's all about love, and love is infinite.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You are apt. I mean, there's so much it resonates, I mean, that's what I'm saying, that it gives you so much of creativity to think and you portray the right message here. Very positive, very powerful, put it this way. Very powerful message you've been doing there, right there.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
you're very welcome.
All right. So how can everybody find you?
You will put in the numbers my Facebook and other communication
Yep.
coordinates. And obviously the audience, your audience, and people who will be watching that later, uh, feel free to contact me. I'd love to connect with you. And just like Nick says, that is the being a business coach, we have kind of built in, or we adopted our heart. Naturally, we have that natural inclination to help others, right?
Hmm.
So
Yep.
we like to give a lot of our wisdom. We like to give a lot of our relationship so that, at the end of the day, we all get benefit, win-win kind of mindset. And
Hmm.
that's what I believe in. Yes, you will get the contact information Nick will share, and we would love to connect with you. and look forward to have another opportunity to meet again.
Oh yeah, of course. So yeah, everybody, you can find Kazi's information in the show notes. I'll put everything down there. And yeah, well, this has been so good. Thank you so much for joining.
It's my pleasure to you. And yeah, Nick, it's been a while that we thought we are going to be connecting. So finally,
Mm,
we did. Great job you have done as a host, and
thank you.
it's a really glad to be here on your podcast.
Thank you. All right,
All the
everyone.
best.
This has been
TEDx.
this has been another episode of the Infinite Abilities podcast. I will see you on the next one. And remember, your abilities are infinite.